On a freezing November day in 1970, a professor and his two young daughters were hiking through a desolate spot in Norway known as the Ice Valley. They stumbled upon a clearing and found a woman's body, partially charred, lying face up in a rocky crevice.
That sounds like a tragic accident. Maybe a hiker who got lost?
That's what police wanted people to think, but here's the kicker. When they found her suitcases at the train station later, every single label on her clothes had been meticulously cut out with a knife. Plus, she had 5 different wigs and a notebook filled with secret codes.
Okay, stop. That isn't a hiker. That's a spy movie. Who was she?
That is the question that has haunted Norway for over 50 years. Today we're diving into the enigma of the Isdal Woman. To understand this mystery, you have to look at where she was found. Isdalen, the Ice Valley, is a remote, haunting place near Bergen. In 1970, this wasn't just a scenic hiking trail. It was the height of the Cold War.
Right. And Norway is a NATO member bordering the Soviet Union. It's basically a playground for intelligence agencies.
Exactly. When police found her, she was surrounded by strange items: an empty bottle of liqueur, 2 plastic water bottles, and a silver spoon. But the real mystery started at the morgue. The autopsy showed she'd swallowed over 50 sleeping pills, but there was also soot in her lungs.
Wait, soot? That means she was still breathing when the fire started.
Precisely. She was heavily drugged but alive when she burned. Investigating officers soon found 2 suitcases she'd left in a locker at the Bergen railway station, and that's where the normal woman theory completely fell apart.
Let me guess. No passport, no ID, no business cards?
Worse, it was a kit for someone who didn't want to exist. Along with the wigs and the delabeled clothes, they found various currencies: German, British, Swiss, and a notepad with columns of letters and numbers. It took investigators weeks to crack the code.
So did the code tell them who she was? Or at least why she was in a frozen valley?
The code revealed her movements. It was a log of every city she'd visited, and it turned out she was a professional at disappearing. She had used at least 9 different aliases to check into hotels across Europe.
9? How do you even keep track of that many lives?
She was incredibly disciplined. She went by names like Genevieve Lancer and Claudia Telt. Witnesses described her as elegant, speaking multiple languages: French, German, English, and always wearing a scarf. One hotel staff member even saw her meeting with 2 mysterious men in dark coats.
This is screaming espionage. If she was a spy, what was she looking for in rural Norway?
Many believe she was monitoring the testing of the Penguin missile, a top-secret Norwegian weapon. But as the police got closer to the truth, the investigation took a weird turn. Despite the wigs, the codes, and the strange witnesses, the Bergen police officially ruled it a suicide.
You're joking. She drugged herself, hiked into a remote valley, and set herself on fire while unconscious? That's the official story?
That's the story they stuck to. They buried her in a zinc coffin in 1971 so her body wouldn't decompose, just in case they ever found her family. No relatives came. Only police officers attended the funeral.
It feels like someone wanted the case closed. Like, nothing to see here. Just a very organized lady who decided to end it all in the most complicated way possible.
The case went cold for decades, but modern science has finally started to fight back. In 2016, researchers used isotope analysis on her teeth, basically looking at the chemical signature of the water she drank as a child.
And did it point to Moscow or Langley?
Neither. It pointed toward the border of France and Germany. She was likely born around 1930 and grew up in a region like Nuremberg. She wasn't just a ghost. She was a real person with a childhood and a history.
But we still don't have a name. Why does this case still grip people 50 years later?
Because she represents the ultimate human mystery. In an era where we are all tracked by GPS and facial recognition, the Isdal woman successfully erased herself. She died in the shadows, and even with the best DNA technology we have today, she remains a phantom.
It's the ultimate Cold War tragedy. She died for a secret that she's still keeping today.
She is the lady from nowhere, a reminder of a time when you could truly disappear if you knew the right tricks.
All right, Alex, what's the one thing to remember about the Isdal woman?
She proved that while you can burn your clothes and hide your name, the very atoms in your teeth will eventually tell the world where you came from.
That's Wikipedia. Every story, on demand. Search your next topic at wikipedia.ai.